this is the Audi e-tron, well, the old Audi e-tron. And that's the Audi Q8 e-tron. It's Audi's new EV, which is related to this old EV. So Audi has introduced a new car, and together with that, they have introduced with it their new corporate identity, which is, well, 4 rings. So we're in the home of Audi here in Ingolstadt, Germany, and I'm Clifford from TopGear, and we're going to take the Q8 for a drive. Okay, so what is different, right, is not just the aesthetics, but the aerodynamics has already improved on the car, and well, the way the air flows over here, it makes it it's actually much better, and it reduces a lot of drag. And over here, well, it does a very good job of letting the air in to work on the radiator.
There's no radiator, you idiot.
Right, I knew that. Right, yeah.
No radiator. So anyway, besides this, if you come over here, if you look right below, there's a little flap over here, and this actually takes away a heap load of drag, which would have hit the tire, and that actually reduces the efficiency of the car. So this flap is really a little something that, well, the little things count, right? So this is a little something that makes things much better. Well, everything looks the same as the previous car. Everything is familiar here, including this squishy gear lever thing. I don't even know if you call it a lever. And well, for this car, Audi has slapped on the additional option of the rearview mirror camera, what you may call it, doohickey. And this cost about 1,500 euros, which is a hell of a lot of money, really. But you know what, aerodynamics, every little bit counts, right? So yeah, we're going to take this car for a drive and see how it fares. And the first thing I've really noticed is that the car handles a bit better than the previous one. The suspension is a bit better sorted, and the car feels tighter. And that's really a good thing, because if you're going to drive along highway especially, right, you don't want the car to twitch. And that's what we got in our trip back to Singapore from KL the last time. Check out the link. And that was in the previous Audi e-tron, the previous lift of this car. Okay, so the other thing I like to highlight is that the car is actually much more practical right now, because you're looking at something like about 500 plus kilometers of actual range in this car, and the reason behind that is because Audi has improved on the battery density. They have actually increased the battery density by 20%, and in doing this, they have actually filled in all the little gaps in the battery itself underfloor. The downside is that, well, it adds a little more weight to the car, and Audi has also addressed this by reducing weight for certain componentry here. And there's an underfloor guard, which used to be made of metal, and now it's a composite, probably plastic, but it's much lighter. So there's small compromise, but more gains overall. All right. In order to provide its advertised range, an EV has to be able to regenerate its braking, and that really puts some power back into the batteries. Scavenges power back when you're hitting the brakes. But one of the features that I really appreciate out of the Q8 e-tron is that you can even turn this to 0, through these flappy little pedals, which traditionally that would be gearing up and gearing down on your transmission. But in this case, you're just readjusting your regeneration. And over here on the Q8 e-tron, there are 3 levels. So it's 1, 2, and you have 0, meaning that the 0 is really, really important here, because if you're coasting on a highway, that really, really saves you a lot in terms of power usage. So we've come to the end of a test drive of the Audi Q8 e-tron, and well, if you really like to go electric, and if you really like what the Q8 has to offer, well, it's coming in to Singapore in the 3rd quarter of the year. Great. So anyway, that's the end. This is Clifford from TopGear Singapore. Like us, subscribe to our channel, and goodbye.